Hey everybody, this is your GM, your back row Domus, your GM who currently is not on the team right now, but don't you worry about it. Your hopium dealer here to give you episode 13 of the Stack and Shed series. Now, in this series, we're covering all 32 teams, so everybody gets a chance to be talked about, all right? Now, in this series, we're covering a few different topics, and they include what went wrong, what do they need, stack or shed, their draft picks, one move I would do, and their cap space. All right. Now, in this episode, we're going to Duval. And we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to let you guys know right now, this was by far the most difficult one to do because I tried to find something that was wrong with this team, and I nicked and I picked and I couldn't find something until I did find something. But it might be a little bit minute, might be a big problem. I don't know, but let's talk about it. All right, let's get into it. So, what went wrong in the Jaguars season? And I would venture to say it was a slow offensive and defensive start. Despite the controversial hiring process of Liam Cohen, my expectations for the Jaguars this past season was very low because we've seen this same story over and over and over again. And that is the Jaguars will bring in a head coach who they believe is going to take this team to the next level. They may exceed expectations in their first year. They may win a playoff game, maybe two playoff games, who knows? And for the rest of their tenure, they're trying to regain the momentum they had in the first season. Players are wanting out. There's division between the front office and the coaching staff. The coaching staff is leaking out things to insiders. There's just chaos everywhere. Although the Jaguars drafted Travis Hunter, I was never under the impression that he was going to be the sole reason why this offense goes to another level. Instead, I just thought that he was just going to be a Swiss Army knife that they can use in a variety of different ways. And as we saw last season, the offense didn't really take off until they acquired Jakobi Meyers. According to Sumer Sports, from week 1 to week 9, Trevor Lawrence was 293 attempts for 175 completions, 1,840 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 59.7 completion percentage, while averaging 6.2 yards per attempt, 230 yards per game with a 79.7 passer rating. Now, from week 10 to week 18, Trevor Lawrence was 267 attempts for 166 completions, 2,167 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 62.1 completion percentage, while averaging 8.1 yards per attempt, 240 yards per game with a 103.3 passer rating. Defensively, I don't know why they started slow. I don't know if it was a coaching issue, if it was a schematic issue, if it was a player issue, but whatever it was, it took them a long time to figure it out. According to Sumer Sports, the Jaguars defense from week 1 to week 9 allowed 2,689 yards, 4.5 yards per play, while generating 10 sacks, 11 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles, and recovering 4 fumbles. But from week 10 to week 18, the Jaguars defense allowed 2,473 yards, 3.6 yards per play, while generating 22 sacks, 11 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles, and recovering 5 fumbles. Now, with that being said, what do the Jaguars need? And that is a better start to the season. By starting off hot, you're applying added pressure on your division rivals to keep up with you. We saw last season that this division was very competitive until the end. So if I'm the Jaguars, I want to try to maintain at least a 3 to 4 game lead over the Texans and the Colts. Because at the end of the day, you want to try to lock up the division as quickly as possible. You don't want this thing to draw out until the last week of the season. Because the longer that this thing draws out, the better the chance that the Texans or the Colts, or maybe even the Titans, surprisingly, may try to take the division from you. Now, with that being said, the question we all need to ask ourselves is stack or shed. And I would venture to say stack. And the reason why I say this is because you guys were almost close to beating the Bills last season in the playoffs. There's no need for you to scrap this team, but instead you need to continue to build this team the right way, and that is good drafting, good signings, and allowing this team to grow. A lot of times we see that teams don't allow their players to grow. Players are going to make mistakes. Now, it's what you do with those mistakes that matters the most. Now, do I think this team is in the right direction with Liam Cohen? I don't know. It's still too early to tell. But I do believe they have the infrastructure to be successful. Looking at their draft picks, they have a second, 3/3, a fourth, 2/5, a 6, and 3/7. Now, I don't expect the Jaguars to use all 11 picks. But instead, I think they're going to group some of them to either trade up, trade down, or use them for future assets in the 27 draft class. Now, the one move that I would do is keep Travis Hunter at corner. By acquiring Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington showing some promise, and the expectation that Brian Thomas is going to have a resurgence in this upcoming season, it lessens the need for Travis Hunter to be a dual threat player and increases his role of being a number one corner. When Travis Hunter is with the defense, they allowed 761 yards, 4.9 yards per play, while generating 5 sacks, 5 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and recovering 1 fumble. But when Travis Hunter isn't with the defense, they allow 4,401 yards, 4.9 yards per play, while generating 27 sacks, 17 interceptions, 7 forced fumbles, and recovering 6 fumbles. Now, maybe once in a blue moon you want to spice things up a bit, maybe get the crowd going, fine. I have no problem with that. But to have him take offensive and defensive snaps every single game is unnecessary at this point. Looking at their cap space, they have $6.8 million. Now I expect for them to move some money around so that they can be players in that second and third wave of free agency while having more than enough to sign all their draft picks. Now I'm curious, whose contract can they restructure or extend in order to generate more cap space? Could they do something with Trevor Lawrence? Could they do something with Eric Armstead? Could they try to give an extension to Trevon Walker and maybe you can do something with their cap space right now? I don't know. Time will tell. But I'm going to end this episode here. If you guys like what you were listening, please make sure you guys leave a 5-star review on anywhere and everywhere that you can listen to podcasts, okay? We are available on Apple, Spotify, and a few other places. Now, if you want to access those places, go on Google, type in rss.com Football Junkies Podcast. It should be the first link. When you click on that link, it'll take you to our rss.com page where you can listen to this podcast on your online browser. There should be a box that says listen to. When you click on that box, it'll give you a plethora of different places that you can listen to this podcast, all right? Now, you can follow us on YouTube at Football Junkies Pod. Football Junkies Pod. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this episode and previous episodes that I have discussed. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let's talk about it, all right? Now, on our YouTube at Football Junkies Pod, there is a link tree. When you click on that link tree, it'll take you to anywhere and everywhere that we have Football Junkies content, all right? Now, you can follow us on Instagram at Football_Junkies Pod. Football_Junkies Pod. Junkies Pod is not what? It is together, not spaced, okay? It is together, not spaced. Football_Junkies Pod, all right? You can follow us on TikTok at Football Junkies Pod. Football Junkies Pod. I got some clips on the way. Just give me some time, all right? You can follow me on Blue Sky at GMKale. GMKAILE. GMKAILE, all right? You can follow me on Twitter at GMKale. GMKAILE, all right? As always, I hope I gave you guys a fix that you guys need. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you guys for listening to the best football podcast that you can listen to on a week-to-week, day-to-day basis. And as always, this is your GM Kale signing out. Peace and love. Later, guys.